So HappyMarketer is a bunch of 18 people right now who love social, search, video, analytics, anything digital that our clients, our business clients need to connect with their customers. And we have a weird story of how we got started.
Yeah, we started off as a motivational training company for marketers. So people would come to our course and learn about digital, and then we also make them feel motivated at the end, because I came from a motivational training background, and so we kind of we joined forces and created a motivational training workshop. But then soon enough, we had people asking us to do the projects for them, because we did such a good job motivating them. So that's kind of how we got started.
And I think what's interesting is there are two kinds of people in the company. One set of people who are very creative, and the other set of people who are quite analytical. So I think one thing that we think or pride ourselves that we are different is we kind of work on projects or campaigns where there's an element of creativity and the campaign actually works. So we're not a typical creative agency with just a bunch of flowery ideas, but ideas that hopefully work. So I think that kind of what HappyMarketer is.
Great. So let's jump into the meat of the things, So let's start with search, social, analytics, right? Let's take it one at a time. So let's start with the SEO, SEM, that is the search side.
Sure.
So right now, what are the most exciting things happening in SEO, SEM according to you?
So I think the most exciting thing happening is search. Is Google's figuring out how to make a lot more money. So when you look at the search result page, suddenly the whole page is taken up by ads and giant ads. The background yellow color that used to be yellow is some kind of off-whitish, yellowish shade now. And most people don't know that they're clicking on ads or they're clicking on normal results.
So SEO, SEM mixing up.
It's very mixing up. And apart from that, on that page you have maps, you have videos, you have news, you have all sorts of things. You have articles with people's faces associated with them. And so the way the page looks is changing. And so the way SEO and SEM is very different. And apart from that, Google's also figuring out how to make money off the network. So all of the other sites in the Google Content Network, Google Display Network, they're giving advertisers amazing control now on how to pick them.
Right.
Not just keywords or sites, but also remarketing, audiences, cookie-based following. Mm-hmm. And so there's amazing possibility today to get really laser targeted in picking people, but it has to be done in an integrated way with SEO and SEM having one goal.
Right. Now I will dig into two topics. You say that one thing is the retargeting and remarketing part. Anyone can pick up. Another thing, but before we go into that, how do you think the mobile devices are changing the search behavior, and how it is changing in the SEO and SEM side? So anyone?
Well, I think, I'll just talk from a Singapore context. So last we studied was about 1/3 of internet traffic in Singapore comes from mobile, right, which is tremendous. But what hasn't happened is most Singapore companies don't take mobile websites very seriously. So whilst you have people searching or going to company websites using the mobile devices, tablets or mobiles, but those websites are not ready for mobile. They don't use responsive design. They're not mobile friendly at all. So I think that's a big challenge or a gap that companies need to address. I don't think the search campaigns are mobile friendly as well in many cases, because what I search on a mobile is very different from what I'm searching on Google on a laptop, because on mobile it's typically short information, contact information, opening hours of a shop. I think those are the two big lacunas that I see that businesses need to address, and they need to understand that search on mobile and laptop or a desktop is very, very different.
Right.
I think the lack of understanding and awareness of what all these new things that are popping up every month presents a very good opportunity for us as from a training point of view. Mm-hmm. Both in educating the businesses themselves on what technologies and what strategies you can do on digital, and also for marketers who they need to know how to better adapt to what's happening out there and the changing behavior of consumers, especially when you're talking about the changing landscape in search and then also the changing landscape in mobile. So we see that there is a big opportunity there in terms of education. We read up on this stuff every single day, and we love to talk about it. And there definitely is a hunger out there in Singapore to learn about what's happening in these technologies. And we find great. We're very happy to train all these people, and that's what we have people coming to us for.
We were just talking just now that we have to wake up on training days and find that everything's changed.
Definitely.
That's a
It's
new
changing
kind of
very
campaign.
fast.
Yeah.
So when it is changing very fast, what do you think the market response is? Let me give specific example. Like you mentioned, remarketing. Now, not only Google and Yahoo is doing that, and many publishers are providing that tool to have this laser focus thing. That and attribution modeling. So these two things, especially in terms of SEM and display advertisement, do you think the market is adequately informed, or they need to get more informed? And how? Whose fault is that as market is not informed? Is that agency's fault? So-called agency's fault? Is that the creative agency? So let's bitch about people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, I think I've heard this over and over again. Folks who come in from more mature markets like Europe or US always say that Singapore's, like Australia is 6 to 12 months behind, and Singapore's another 12 to 18 months behind. And we are pretty lazy in adopting new things. We tend to look outward towards the more mature market about what's happening. So I think in that sense, it's the whole ecosystem that's keeping it together, the clients and the agencies who move between each other. Very few people take that step to go say, okay, I need something new, I need results. And the region is not that slow though. Like in travel hospitality, for example, Agoda in Thailand, amazing the kind of spends they have and the way it's optimized. They jump fast on the opportunity and they optimize fast. I think maybe we get a little too comfy in Singapore here sometimes to take that first step.
Right. And that's tragic, but hopefully will change in some period of time. So let's do one quick tip. Three of you give one tip for an SEO and ACM for say potential client of yours. One tip.
Right. My tip is going to be a bit more technical because I'm the
Okay.
in the team,
Yeah.
and that's to pay attention to site structure, both for SEO and SEM. If you feel like you deserve to rank for a certain set of keywords, you better have a site that supports that. You want to rank for Scooby-Doo snacks? Where's that page? Where's that section on Scooby-Doo snacks? Because a lot of clients want to rank well for generic keywords, credit card, hotel, but they don't talk about that topic. It's very me-centric.
Right.
And so I'd say the first step is, does your site architecture support all those keywords that you feel like you deserve to rank for?
Right. And the basic thing still matters, that doing the sitemap.xml and then putting it on the
Right.
Google and things like
Yeah.
that. What will be your statement? Can be anything.
yeah.
Display and
I guess one advice is, for marketers is to better learn how to sell the technologies that they want to implement. I think too often we get excited about the technologies, but we fail to realize how stressful it means to a client hearing about all these new things that are happening. We ourselves may be excited about it, but our clients are like, okay, there's a new option. What should we do? I think our job as agency people and marketers is to be able to simplify it into what does it mean for a business. Most of the time, actually, businesses don't really care about that there's a new option. They just want to hear you say, this works. It helps me better connect to my customer, and we feel very confident about this. It helps us do our job better, and I think that's what we have to keep on emphasizing. We cannot lose track of making our clients feel confident amidst the changing landscape and all the changing technologies.
And a lot of clients know the opening, like you said, attribution modeling. A lot of clients know that name, attribution modeling. They don't know the next 3 sentences,
Right.
what it means, what it does for them.
Exactly.
And so folks need to get beyond the name dropping
That's right.
and understand what.
Well, that works here because it's a conference-driven crowd here.
Yeah.
All marketers attend conference and they get the party knowledge.
Right.
So it's normal thing, and that's how we strive. But getting back to David, and that's a very interesting point you mentioned. That's mapping between this new marketing technology and business context. I think that is getting more and more important.
Yes.
People don't care about technology in any field. So that's a great thing. What will be your suggestion, Karthik?
I think I would like to see more and more clients using digital first and not what they do today, where digital is like a last minute thought, an afterthought rather, where it's like they've spent maybe millions on offline advertising, and you have a $50,000 remaining budget and say, hey, let's do digital. Because the challenge there is, for example, most clients who advertise on YouTube, they would take a TVC and just dump it on YouTube, right? That's a huge mistake because digital has its own own issues, own positives, own negatives. So you need to, whether it's from a creative perspective for search or for display advertising, I think it's important to think digital first, or at least think digital differently from offline. That's my biggest tip, that focus on those two aspects differently.
And tying all those together, I think both for SEO, SEM, content is first. People get caught up in my keywords and my budgets and all that, but unless you have content, people don't read and they don't get sucked in.
Cool.